Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Hassan. I'm working as DevOps engineer. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can spin up the Apache Kafka cluster in Kubernetes. I've already made a lot of videos with regard to Kubernetes on AWS, and you can watch those if you want with regard to the installation and setup. But I'm going to show you in this video all the stuff from the scratch, so you will have a better idea. So this is my channel, Cloud Geek INC, and you can navigate to the playlist so you can see the Kubernetes stuff. And also there are some stuff in the AWS section with regard to the Kubernetes. So anyway, we are going to cover all the stuff from the scratch. What I'm going to do, I'm going to first of all set up the VPC, and everything is automated, and the cluster setup is going to be really quick. It is going to be about in 5 minutes, and highly available architecture you're going to deploy in minutes. In past, it is not that easy thanks to the CNCF Strimzi cloud native foundation that they give us this good documentation and opportunity to deploy the Strimzi Kafka cluster anywhere, whether you want to deploy this on your premises or any cloud in GCP, Azure, or AWS cloud. It is up to you. So first of all, I need to have a Kubernetes cluster. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spin up EKS cluster on my AWS account. So what I'm going to do is to simply use that particular script which I've created, and let me show you that for you guys. This is the directory, and also I'm going to make sure that I will make this code available for you guys. So definitely you guys also share what you have learned and share your research with regard to the Strimzi. So let's navigate to this Cloud Geeks lab and navigate to this. Let me zoom in a bit for you guys so you can see that what we have here. So you have to navigate to the environment and dev section. So what I'm going to do also show you guys code as well. This is the Kafka and Kubernetes and Cloud Geeks lab, and we are going to navigate to the dev section. Currently, I am in the dev section, so I have already configured my AWS access keys and secret access keys. So what I'm going to do is to simply run this EKS shell script. Sorry. So before that, I have to uh, set up a VPC. In fact, so Terraform init and initialize and Terraform apply. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to spin up a VPC and let me show you that to you guys. So this is the Cloud Geeks VPC. Okay, let me update this one. It's not Ohio. It is going to be in Virginia. Okay, so it is in the US East one. I've just updated the tag. So anyway, these are the CIDR ranges which I'm going to use /20 from which I will get about 4,000 around about 4,000 RPs in my subnet. Okay, so this part is with regard to the VPC setup. So it is saying that should I deploy that particular VPC in your AWS account. So if I navigate to the VPC section, I have the Terraform apply command. So this is not deployment of Kubernetes entirely through the Terraform. What I'm going to do, I've split this deployment of Kubernetes to the Terraform and EKS which is the official Elastic Kubernetes CLI provided by the AWS. So, but I want my VPC and my tagging and all the stuff which I want. So I've set up in a way that even you can, I will make this code available for you guys, so you can use that code on public private subnets, NAT gateway, and all that stuff. So anyway, and the tagging the way I want. So I want my VPC, my settings. So this VPC is going to be consumed by the Kubernetes cluster. So then I will run that particular script which I was talking about, which is relevant to the EKS. So I've already installed all these binaries like Terraform, EKS kubectl on my laptop. You should have already installed. So make sure that all that particular stuff should be in your PC. So um, I'm going to run this particular script. What it is going to do, you don't have to do anything. Just apply the Terraform command. What it is going to do, it is going to automatically fetch those um, private public subnets. I just want three subnets for the deployment of Kubernetes cluster this is the demo. So for production use, I would recommend to you guys to use the a maximum of all AGs for the high availability. And but this talk is relevant more towards the automated deployment of Kafka cluster in Kubernetes. So I guess our VPC is created now. I'm going to simply run this script, and this is what I'm showing to you guys. So it will do everything relevant to our need. That it it's going to start deploying the EKS Elastic Kubernetes cluster in your region, in your specified region. Currently, we are going to deploy this in Virginia region, so it is started deploying. So if I navigate to this and refresh it, you will see in a while. Let me show you the cloud formation step. So because EKCTL at the back end use the cloud formation, so if you navigate to the cloud formation, you'll see that that cluster is going to be started. So you see create in progress. This is the cluster we are looking for. So if you just simply refresh it, in a few while you will see one cluster here. So this cluster deployment will take about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to pause the video and I will be back after my Asr Namaz, uh, Asr prayer, with you guys to show you that this cluster is deployed. So I will be back in a moment. So guys, I'm back. You can see that our cluster is deployed. So I want you to first of all see that the cluster is deployed. So this is our cluster. If I click on this, you will see the name of the cluster and the relevant worker nodes. But I want to show you the stuff with regard to that. So if I navigate to my code and if I navigate this EKCTL, so I've asked for the two nodes. Minimum nodes are going to be one and max is going to be two. So you can set up the high availability according to your needs. So T3A medium I've choose for the deployment, and the volume size is going to be 20 GB. Let me show you that these nodes, okay, have the size have the disk size of 20 GB attached to these worker nodes. So control plane in EKS managed by AWS. So the size of these nodes, two nodes, let me show you. If you navigate to the volume section, this is very important for you guys to understand that this is the size of the nodes. Okay, so now this part is done. What we are going to do, Um, we are going to now move to our deployment of Apache Kafka cluster in Kubernetes, and we are going to use the Strimzi. So this is the Strimzi installation. I've created all the stuff for you guys. All the very cool documentation is already available for you guys. Um, I want you I want you guys to have a look to this documentation. Every bit is explained, and let me first of all install that, and I will show you that extra bit of um, disks are going to be attached. And let me tell you that we are going to create a separate namespace. Let me do all the stuff while explaining you guys what I'm doing here. So I'm going to create a separate namespace with the name Kafka. Okay, so in that I'm going to install Strimzi in that particular namespace. What it is going to do is going to set up all the roles and IAM stuff, sort of authentication related stuff is going to be automatically set up by the Strimzi. What is the requirement of Apache Zookeeper, Apache Kafka cluster. So everything is going to be created automatically. So you have to apply simply this command. So when this part is done, what I'm going to do is to simply create this. Every bit of this is available on the Strimzi documentation, and um, what I'm utilizing those documentation for you guys. So I'm going to use the noteboard, and I'm not going to go definitely into the details of the cluster because it's going to be really time consuming. So, and the whole concept here we are discussing that we are going to have cluster with a high availability on AWS. So I'm going to simply now copy this command, and what it is going to do, let me give you just a give hint that um, it is going to be persistent 5 gigs of disk attached with the Apache Zookeeper and with the Apache Kafka cluster. Okay, so I've also set up the um, I guess JBot. Just bring your own disks. This one. So for the production ready server, you should have a replication in your cluster. So I'm going to simply press enter here. You will see that your pods are going to be spin up, and with those you will see that. Let me show you. Go kubectl and get pods -a. What it is going to do, it is going to set up a stateful sets in Kubernetes. So what are stateful sets? This is not the place we are going to discuss that, but what it does, I'm going to show you that it will set up the stateful set. So that's cool. Everything is going to be set up for you. First of all, it is going to update the Zookeeper. I mean the pods with the Zookeeper once done, then we will have our Apache Kafka cluster up and running. So currently you see that 3 pods with regard to the um, Kafka Zookeeper are uh, going to be started. Once they are healthy, and then it is going to start the uh, you see all 3 Zookeeper are now healthy. It is going to now start the Apache Kafka um, pods for us. So if you navigate back to the stateful set, you will see two of the like Apache Zookeeper I was talking about is now in ready state, up and running. So once now it is done, it is going to set up this, and once everything is healthy, you will see all services are going to be up and running. So I'm using hyphen gaps a, which means that I'm not using the namespace that everything, whatever namespace should be displaying here. But the namespace we have actually used is the Kafka namespace. So you will see every stuff you see with regard to that. So these are now vanished. So um, this is the Kafka entity operator. It is going to manage all the stuff for us. We have just set up, and you will see it is running. And if I navigate to the stateful set, you will see that sets are now healthy. If I navigate to the SVC services, you will see the services with regard to the our uh, Kafka and Zookeeper are now um, available on Node. So if I navigate back to this section, if I simply refresh it, you will see 6 into 530 GB more disk attached to that. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So three are of course with regard to the relevant to the Apache Zookeeper, and 3 disks are attached for the Apache Kafka cluster. And the replication is going to be done. And for instance, with regard to the high availability, if any of these nodes are going to be down, or sorry, if any of these nodes are going to be down, and we will have extra disk attached to our cluster, so replication in place. As I told you, this is not the architecture that you should use in production. Like I told you to, use all the availability zone, and use at least 3 to 5 or as many node as you want in your cluster. But at least 3 to 5 nodes should be in your cluster for the very high availability. So anyway, although AWS is already very secure and highly available, um, so now what we are going to do, we are going to set up a bridge, and I will show you the trick that you will access the pod directly, um, um, that particular pod of that particular bridge which I'm going to start. So if I do ls, I've set up the bridge.yaml file here. Let me just uh, vim into that. Okay. So with regard to the this documentation, everything is available in the links. I'm going to provide you guys the links of the Strimzi documentation, so everything is available. So you have to follow those, or you can watch my video to give better understanding how you can set up all the stuff in AWS. Although there is no video available currently with regard to the Strimzi high availability on AWS EKS. So I guess this is the first video I'm creating for you guys. So I'm going to simply use this apply command, CloudGeeks bridge.yaml. What it is going to do, it is going to create uh, it is going to create 3 pods. And let me show you those pods as well. So instead call this namespace Kafka. So it is going to spin up Kafka. Okay, so it is going to spin up uh, 3 pods. You see, pods are now getting ready in our Kafka namespace, and this bridge, through this bridge, we are going to interact um, with our Kafka cluster. So how we can do that on AWS? So I'm going to show you a trick that how we can access uh, these pods directly by using one command. So if I navigate to this section, and that trick is definitely going to be for your other application, and that particular trick is different in a way that without launching application load balancer, and without launching a network load balancer, you will be able to access your pod directly. So what I'm going to do is to simply uh, get SVC, get services in the namespace Kafka. So you see this bridge, Cloud Geek CA bridge or service is currently running on a notebook, but I'm going to expose the service on my nodes, but those are not going to be on my nodes. But I mean, the IP are going to be, you will see what I'm going to do. So simply, I will provide you the command for that. So, okay, a lot of stuff here. So, okay, this is the OpenVPN shell if you want to use. So, what I'm going to do is simply just let me open this stuff for you guys, and this is the bridge YAML. So this is the command I was talking about. So what I'm doing here that I'm going to expose this deployment. Let me show you the deployment. I've not shown you the deployment stuff. So this is the get deployments in the namespace Kafka. You will see deployments with regard to the CA bridge. So this CA bridge has you see just I mean three pods are up and running. So I'm going to expose this deployment, although it is already exposed on the notepad, but I want to expose um, this deployment on my node pod, but I'm going to I'm going to use my VPC IPs, which is with the 10, I guess 10, 11 range I've set up. Let me see. Okay, let me just click on yeah, 10, 11 is going to be my the side range, and one of the IP is going to be, you will see the IPs, three IPs you will see are going to be attached. So because I've spun up three pods, so and the advantage of using this is that accessing your pod directly, that you are going to um, just simply remove the extra hops of network. You can access the pod directly, and it is going to be persistent pod, as we are not using the load balancer or anything target groups, but we still able to access that uh, pod directly. So I'm going to expose this deployment. So simply copy this command, and I'm going to show you that what I've done here. So I'm going to expose this deployment which I've talked about. It is on the notepad, but how it is going to be available. So I call this deployment to expose via the, I mean, through a service, but that service will have a port 80, and the target port is going to be 8080, which is going to be the port of the pod. But by using those extra bit of annotations, which are I'm using here the NLB network load balancer, but it is not going to launch. I'm going to access these pods uh, directly on my VPC IPs. So let me show you that uh, what I was talking about. So I guess I've copied stuff. So let me try that. So you see it is exposed. So if I do to the, if I navigate to the services, you will see that it will now showing that it is exposed. So I give this name Cloud Geek CA Bridge exposed on this port 880. So if simply what I'm going to do here, simply copy this, and I'm going to say kubectl describe as we see, and the namespace Kafka. So what it is going to do, it is going to give you three IPs, and these three IPs, see, one, 2, and 3. These are the three ports which we are going to use directly from our VPC. So I'm going to copy this. So let me navigate to the EC2 instance, and I want to show you that if you click on this port, you see 10, 11, 51, 36, 10, 11, 56, 22, 23. You will see these are not the IPs which are attached to your nodes. So, I mean the ENI, the private ENI, these are not the one that it is exposed. These are something different. So what I'm going to do is to simply navigate to the security group section, and what I'm going to do is to simply open this security group, and I'm going to allow a security group. Okay, but before that, and what security group I'm going to allow, I'm going to launch one EC2 instance here. Okay, so why I'm launching this EC2 instance, because I'm going to let's say it is going to be my app which is going to access our Apache Kafka clusters. So let me launch this EC2 instance. So okay, it is, let me launch this all the stuff for you guys. So T3A small, I guess is fine. So I'm going to launch in this particular VPC. Let's launch this in public subnet 1 and allow public IP. Okay. You can set up the VPN as well, whatever you want. But as the demo, I don't have much time to show you guys the set up VPN, all that stuff. So I'm going to say my account. I want to say that is my Apache Kafka app, and but I want to make it also admin as well. But I can launch different EC2 instance, but I don't want to do that. I want to do all the stuff in the same EC2 instance for the time consumption. Okay, so EKS admin as well. So I'm going to call this EKS admin, whatever you like. I mean, although it will be your application which is going to interact with the Kafka cluster. So let me just first of all show you guys that I'm going to launch this. I'm going to use the that particular key, and let's wait for this one to spin up. So we have three EC2 instances running in our AWS environment. So let me do SSH into this particular EC2 instance. I'm going to use the mobile system for this. I'm not going to use this because I want to show you. I'm not going to. I mean, I'm not going to use the Git bash. I'm going to use the mobile system for this because I want to show you the. I want to show you the logs as well in different tabs and all that stuff. So let me open one session here and simply type ec2 dash user at the rate and copy the IP address, navigate to advanced, pick that particular cloud geeks. Okay. So what I'm doing here that I'm trying to access this particular EC2 instance. So okay, I know I've got authentication error because the key is different, the one which I've provided. Okay, so let me pause the video and I will provide this one right key. So guys, what I've done here, I've provided the right key and SSH into that particular EC2 instance, and I've installed the kubectl, ekctl, and all the relevant binaries. What I'm going to do is to simply duplicate the tab, and I'm going to show you the logs and all the relevant stuff in regard to that. Anyway, I'm going to update my cluster that it should be available. I mean, it is going to update the kube config. So let me just open that particular EKS CTL. Hopefully, will find it. Okay, so I'm going to update this kube config, and I'm going to see my kubectl get nodes here. So you will see two nodes are up and running. So and kubectl get pods hyphen a. So I'm not going to do any proxy here because I will show you all those IPs that what we are going to use here. Let me simply that show you that I'm going to use these three IPs, and what I'm going to do instead of using the IPs directly, what I'm going to do is to simply create a private hosted zone. So I'm not going to create any load balancer here. I'm going to simply create a private hosted zone in the Route 53, and in that particular private hosted zone, I'm going to provide these IPs. So okay, navigate to the hosted zone. Okay, create a hosted zone here, and I'm going to call this cloudgeeks.ca private hosted zone. Select your VPC, sorry, select your region, and US East one is going to be my region, and here is the Cloud Geeks VPC. Create a hosted zone, and here I'm going to create a one record with the which is going to be the simple A record, and I'm going to call this Kafka dot cloudgeeks.ca, and okay, um, let this TTL to um, drop a bit, okay, and it is going to be the IP version 4. Okay, I'm going to put these three IPs here, and this is the first one, and I'm going to copy the second one, and also I'm going to provide the third IP here. So these are my IPs directly attached, to that particular pod. So I'm going to simply define that particular record here. So okay, now what I'm going to do is to simply, as I told you, I'm going to um, if I navigate to the EC2, these are the cluster nodes, and if I navigate to the security, security groups, open in another tab, just simply remove extra bit of tabs there, so you will have better understanding. Okay, so I'm going to allow port uh, only that particular port from my application. Let's assume that this uh, your what your EKS admin is your, let's simply call this admin, is your application, call this Apache Kafka application, and you have allowed that security group in that. Okay, so that part is done. What I'm going to do here is to simply these are the pod, and I'm going to open the logs kubectl logs hyphen f to just make sure that these logs should be in the namespace Kafka. Okay, so these are the logs. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I will try to access these. I mean, I'm going to remove this stuff, and I'm going to now I'm on this document. So what are these links? I will show you in a moment. First of all, I will check that uh, my I should be able to access those ports. So let me put this address here and see that I got 200. Okay, so see, I'm able to access that particular port. So as I told you, we are accessing directly our pod without launching the application load balancer, and let me show you guys that We don't have any load balancer or target group in our AWS account. You see, this is the load balancer and there is no target group. Okay, so this part is done. So what are those links? I definitely want to show you those that particular stuff that we are going to follow. These are the official um, links from the Strimzi, which I definitely want to share. So I've already opened these links in another tab for you guys. Uh, so this is the official documentation of Strimzi. You can watch those. But this is the tutorial we actually have followed with regard to the deployment of the bridge, which is provided by Palo Petireno. It's a really good document. I just wanna show you some stuff here and some of that other stuff which people have issues with. So anyway, this is the stuff. But what I like about this document, if you navigate to this, uh, um, at the end of this document, it says in conclusion, it says using a command line tool such as curl, UI such as Postman, or an HTTP based application developed in your preferred programming language, which might be your Python based, Java based, whatever language you want. It is really simple to interact with Apache Kafka cluster using HTTP protocol thanks to the Strimzi Kafka bridge. We just deployed that particular bridge and we have accessed that particular bridge, and I'm going to show you more stuff with regard to that in a moment. So this blog is this. So if you are a developer, you should have a look to this statement. I mean, it is really important that if you can use any language to interact with Kafka cluster without knowing and the language of Kafka. So I'm going to show you that what is mean by that. So already followed um, these. Follow this tutorial, and I want to share you my understanding as well. So because we have set up in AWS, there is no video with regard to that, and I've shown you that how you can set up the EKS bridge and all that stuff in my video. Now this is the you can say different sort of a third section, you can say. So I've already tested with this command, and you see uh, on the left side I have my logs open in a pod, and if I simply click put this command here, it's going to say although also healthy, it is ready. So so these are the two commands. Okay, so let me navigate to these commands. Producing messages. So producing messages mean, so if I navigate back to that particular tutorial, so I'm exactly following this tutorial, producing messages. So I have to replace my URL with my bridge.io with my URL. So I've exactly done that. So all the stuff you can read, but I'm not going to definitely read for you. So everything is there. I've provided you the links. So um, what I'm going to do is to simply copy paste this command, and it is the kafka.cloud.ca. This is my domain I just set up in front of you, and it is going to access that particular pod. So let me paste this command for you, and press enter here. So okay, you will shortly see the logs are going to be generated. Let me also open these log again for you guys. So it says that partition of setup and exactly the same stuff. It says right here 200. Okay, okay. So let me, okay, in just a second. kubectl get for hyphen a.
no log generated previously. Definitely, it is going to be generated as I've always provide you the tested stuff always. So um, there is some error anyway, but logs are definitely generated with regard to that. So millisecond or whatever you see, fetching metadata correlation. So let's try to simply paste that command again. Oops. You see, I've got message 200. Okay, so um, this is the produces three closing the client, whatever it is. It is respond with the 200 status. Okay. So here I wanna later I will show you the stuff I want to talk about. Okay. Our HTTP based entries are working fine. We are actually communicating with our Kafka cluster through HTTP. Okay. So consuming messages. I'm here on this stage. So I'm going to simply, replace my URL with that particular. So I'm going to simply copy this command. If I navigate to the log section and simply just make sure that you should be able to see, and also I'm going to paste this command here now. So this is the command I've pasted. Okay, definitely it's blue. We have some logs here. Okay, so what it says that create consumer response 200. Okay, so it is really cool that it is working fine. You see, just make a space there. So these are the full logs that what it has done. So these are the full logs it has set up for us. So we have a 200 status okay as per documentation. So actually what it does, it give us a URI. If I navigate to this tab, you see this is the URI and this is the instance ID, which is the consumer ID. Okay. So subscribing to the topic. So I'm now on this stage subscribing to the topic. Same stuff. I'm going to definitely replace my URL, but I'm going to paste this here and I'm going to show you the logs as well. So press enter, move things a bit up, okay, and paste it here. So see this part is done. So see, okay, consumer response. We have logs here, method post and whatever it is. It is logs are generated with the 200 status code. Okay, so of my topic. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, subscribing the topic. Topic is just subscribed successfully. So now we should be able to consume those particular messages. Let me also show you the stuff. Let me just move everything up and also move everything up so we should be able to see some. If this stuff is blue, you will have some logs here. You see, um, see we have some logs. So all request for something we have um, application is an internal server error. So here we have to, I mean, just wait for a while and try um, the stuff again, and let's see whether it says instance consumer instance not found. So let me also paste this command again, and we will we should be able to see some logs, but currently there are no logs. So it is because I've done some R&D on that, because of the time restriction and the consumption, because the message are not going to be stay for long that period, and it is unable to, you see, there are no logs generated. So it is unable to find that because I am pasting those commands so slowly and slowly. So so okay, what I'm going to do, I will try to do all the stuff again. Okay, so I'm going to post the message again. Press enter. Okay, currently nothing here as you see, and I'm going to paste the stuff a bit more quickly here. Consuming messages, but it will give an error because this consumer is already there. So okay, no, let me simply paste the stuff with regard to the subscription of that topic again. Again, you see the instance is not found. So this sort of error you will see, which was actually discussed in that particular stack flow. It is with regard to the time, but anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the other commands to see whether we have messages in our topic and how we can list those messages. So I'm going to first of all show you the creation, uh, topic creation. The topic is created in North. So simply navigate to that. Simply copy this, and what I'm going to do is to simply paste this command here. So it is going to describe the topic that my topic is created, and this is the leader, and this have relevant partition, and replication factor is one, leader, replicas, and all that stuff. So I'm going to use the other command to see how to view the Kafka message. So I'm going to simply copy this command, and I'm going to paste it here. So you see, guys, these are the values we are getting because we have successfully, I mean, through the HTTP, we are able to, interact with our cluster through the Kafka bridge. So as this tutorial says, how I can access my Kafka bridge. Um, I mean, and the point here, this guy I want to make here that, and the output of these commands are actually as per this documentation, that it is going to output this on your um, CLI tool, or you can say the shell. It is not going to, it is not actually displaying here, and I'm exactly facing the same stuff here. What I've done, I've tested the, you see the logs with regard to that, and I've checked the topic creation, that these are the value 1, 2, 3. If you navigate to this tutorial, these are the same values we have provided to my topic. So if you navigate to the command I've pasted here, so I'm providing the my topic, and these are the values are coming. So sometime, it gives it not gives the output or something has to show with the return traffic. I don't know. I mean, with regard to the posting of commands. So anyway, things are working absolutely fine. So I just want to show you guys. I mean, to the Strimzi people, the great work they are doing. So. Um, this is with regard to the committing offsets. So this is the part I should I wanna show you guys. So I'm going to simply use the committing offsets here. So although this is the detailed tutorial, you might be, bored with that, but definitely it will give you a real understanding at how you can interact with the Kafka cluster. So you see now we have log this turned blue. So these are the new logs coming with regard to my command. So you see, this is 200 status okay. But as I told you that this is not displaying the stuff here as I put the command here. So with the 200 status code okay, although I'm able to see the logs that everything is fine with regard to the bridge logs. So um, everything is working good. You see 204 uh, commit page with reply status code, and if I navigate to this, it says 204 okay. Anyway, and now I'm going to try to delete that particular consumer which I've created. This is the my consumer as per documentation. So I'm going to delete that particular consumer. So just drag down a bit more, and let's see what we have in our logs. So you see logs are generated, and we should see something here. You see 204 and the exact code, I guess. Okay, yeah, 204 is with regard to the deletion of that particular consumer. So you see, everything is working fine, but the return I'm not getting on my exact shell, although things are delivered, and I'm going to, definitely I've shown you the commands, how you can even check that in the topic creation, the what is in that particular topic and all the relevant stuff. You are now able to, um, talk to your Kafka cluster through HTTP. As a developer, I think you should have a close look into that particular documentation, which I will be sharing on my GitHub, because these are very powerful documentations, and you can do a lot of stuff. And it is hopefully this video will save you a ton of time. I mean, to with regard to the access and deployment of your Kafka cluster in Kubernetes. As I told you, this is really highly available. And let me just open one tab, and I want to show you one stuff with regard to the high availability. But as per recommendation, I just saw that they Strimzi asked for the 3 to 5 nodes into your AWS or environment, or in Azure or GCP or whatever. So let's try to terminate one node, and I just want to see. Although I've never tested this before, I'm testing this in front of you, because what I've done here, that I've tested. In fact, I've terminated my one of my nodes. So what it is going to do at the back end, that volumes are going to be, let's see what it says. So currently it is in the termination states, and I wanna use those command again. This is with regard to the very high availability, but although I have not set up that high availability, as I've shown you guys that I've just set up those two nodes as the recommended way is minimum of three nodes, um, and you should have at least five nodes. Now, as at the back end and point I just want to make here, it is auto scaling is configured. So what it is going to do, it is going to launch one another node in a few moments, and those volumes, if those are detached, are going to be automatically attached with that particular node. You see, these are now available, and it is now available because that particular EC2 instance is gone, and um, it is going to launch another node, and it will reattach these volume with that particular EC2 instance. But let's see whether we should be able to access our bridge or our Kafka cluster. So let's try this. As I told you, I've not set up that highly available recommended way of deploying the stuff. So you see, also the IPs attached to that particular, node is going to be detached as well. So you should have attached a lot of, IPs, but this is with regard to the interaction with bridge. So what command you should check to see with regard to the interaction with that particular Kafka cluster, to see whether you have your data. I mean, okay, first of all, I'm going to see kubectl get pods hyphen a. It is going to show me all the pods. So see, some of the pods are now in unstable form, but let me, I guess, anyway, this page is up and running, but let me now also show you the stateful stats set as well. Get stateful sets. So you have to wait for a while. So, and stateful set is now okay, which means that your pod are going to be up and running. You see, all the pods are now up and running. And okay, let's try that particular command to see whether you should be able to access your data. Although I've completely destroyed one of my EC2 node, you see, I'm still able to access my data, um, even with the low level of high availability I've set up. So this is the way. I mean, I have to show you the every bit and tricks that you should be able to understand. And I'm going to also try the other command that you should be able to access your topic. I mean, hopefully I've copied the command correctly. Okay. So you see, we are getting our values. So let's try to refresh it. You see, this is the magic that AWS provide you. I mean, that particular EC2 node was gone, but reattach all those um, disk with that particular node, and these disks are relevant to your Kafka cluster and Zookeeper. So if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.